Marvel Strike Force has a bug, but don't worry guys, it is being addressed right away. You know why I like talking about Marvel Strike Force? Because Foxnex always gives us something to talk about, whether it be some awesome new improvement in the game that makes it more fun for everybody, or whether it's time to be a little more critical, which I think it is right now with some of the things going on. So in this video, I am going to talk about the top 5 things that I want to see changed in Marvel Strike Force. And if you're ready for it, let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? ValleyFlyin here. I am back. Welcome to the channel. I hope you are staying safe. In this video, gonna get a little critical of Foxnex and some of the recent decisions to Marvel Strike Force that have been made that I think have been a little tone deaf to the community, and some of the things that I want to see changed in the game to help it make it a even better game. I still like this game, but yeah, these are the things that I want to see changed to help make it even better. Now, where did all of this come from? Boom, let's go to Reddit real quick, and you'll see Reddit is blowing up about this ability enhancement challenge issue. Now, what is this? Well, when the Red Star Rework 2.0 went into effect last week, the ability match challenge is bugged, which means it's very, very easy. You could go in there the next time it comes into the system. If these changes that I'm going to talk about just a little bit are not implemented. I mean, I did a couple times on stream, did that thing on full auto because the health wasn't matching up. So response yesterday from Cerebro on Reddit: there's currently an error with the ability enhancements challenge in which the base stats of the PvE characters were set to lower values than they should be. This will soon be corrected and the values reverted back to their intended numbers. So I think this is good. When there's bugs that are causing the game to be too hard, I think this should be scaled back to the proper difficulty levels, and when things are too easy, as they are in this ability enhancement challenge, they should be scaled up to the proper difficulty levels. I think this is a good thing that they're correcting it. As we move on though, this is where some of the controversies start. As this bug reduces the difficulty significantly below the intended levels, in the near future we'll be rolling back players that were able to unintentionally bypass the difficulty of the higher tiers. The players being rolled back are those that got 1 to 3 stars on tier 11 and 12 after the date of April 14th when the bug was encountered. Note that we will not remove the rewards that those players earned in that time frame. You get to keep them. So that is where the controversy start, rolling back players' progress. Now, in a vacuum, should this be done? I think this should be done in a vacuum, but where the controversy starts is that there were also challenges that people were able to pass with a Captain Marvel bug with Greg. I don't know if it was just Captain Marvel, but it did affect Greg, where characters were attacking Greg a lot more, which made a lot of the other challenges a lot more easy than they should be. And they corrected that so that Greg is not always targeted, but they didn't roll back any of the players that were able to pass some of these challenges at that point. So that is why I think people are getting upset about the rollback, because they did not roll back a previous bug that they had in the challenges. And Reddit is blowing up, guys, not just because of this, but because there are other issues in the game that probably should take precedent in Foxnex in their development. But this is a precedent for them, and this is getting corrected pretty quickly here. Rollback all Shell Alliance war win rewards and Blitzbot user rewards. So not just correcting them, not just finding a way to correct them, rolling things back. And I think that is where that big issue with that statement that Cerebro put on Reddit yesterday is coming from, that rollback that they're doing. Next post, 385 upvotes. Perception can be more important than reality on the rollback. So yeah, I think a lot of it is the perception. I think the perception is that when there's and I don't know if this is true, but when there's a bug in the player's favor, they roll that thing back very quickly. But when there's a bug that is hurting the players, it's taking a long time to fix, such as some of the things that I'm going to mention. Another one, 618 upvotes. So you're punishing us for your incompetence for the ability challenge. 152 upvotes. Fix real issues first, Foxnex, before even thinking of a rollback. Yeah, and I'm going to mention some of these real issues that I'm having with the game, and you guys let me know. This one, 296 upvotes. Review bombs work. Spending strikes don't, and I think both of them can work if done correctly. I don't think the spending strike was done correctly because people were spending during that time. So let's go back. Let's go back to around when the spending strike was taking place. Boom. And look at this blog post that was issued right after that. So farmable character cadence. I think this was kind of addressed. We've gotten a lot more farmable characters. We've gotten them a little more consistently since this fix MSF movement first came to head and since this blog post. So I think that is something that they've done well. New campaigns. So since they've issued this blog post back on, I think it was February 1st, 2020, we have gotten 3 new campaigns. We've got the Heroes campaign, Villain campaign, and we just got the Nexus campaign with characters added to that. Improvements to the Red Star system. This is one thing that I think is going to be in the top 5, the Red Star system changes. So we got a bunch of these Red Star system changes. Most of them I think were good. I think the power curve, the flattening that out was very good. I think that Wakandan event giving us more silver, gold promotion credits were very good. But they wanted to share some of the updates that they're working on. The changes were trying to enable direct progression and add value to duplicate drops with the introduction of elite orbs and promotion tickets. So that's what happened in that first iteration. In 2.0, they want to make more changes to the system that include addition of silver promotion credits to their daily rewards. They did do that with the donations to your alliance. They wanted to give players 2 more Red Star orbs every week, and they did that in the challenges, the elite 4 credits, and they're looking to improve player progression. So before we move on to the rest of this blog post, let's go back and look at some of the changes that we're talking about on Red Stars. So this was from the blog post on February 8th. So this was like a week after that. So first, we want to touch on the topic of Red Stars again. We understand that Red Star system does not offer the same reliable means of character progression found in many systems within Strikeforce, which combined with the degree of power that Red Star provides has become a point of frustration for many players. So yes, they understand what is frustrating players. It's the reliable means of character progression, but other than that Wakandan event wasn't really addressed too much in this update that they made. So if we look at all the things that were made, all the major changes, yes, they did give us more promotion credits with this upcoming Wakanda event. But when they outline these major changes here, elite credits were added to side pillars of the basic orb through Elite 6 orb. That is giving us more orbs. And all this stuff is actually giving more orbs, giving us opportunity to open more orbs. But I don't think the players want more pulls on that slot machine. I think players want to be able to select, oh, bell, let me purchase that bell, let me purchase that bell so I can get all bells and get that jackpot. I think that is what player wants, either with real money or with saving up things like promotion credits. So that is something that I don't think was fully addressed. And all these credits that we got from this, or that we're gonna get from this Wakanda event, kind of got devalued because new characters were taken out of the store. I understand why they did it. They didn't want people getting 7 red stars on new characters right away, but I think they should be able to get up to 4 stars just to get that character to a usable level. So I do think that is a change that I think a lot of players would want to see, especially after this first round of a lot of players opening red stars for Corvus Clave and not really getting lucky on that. So hopefully that is something they go back on. So red stars, that is one of the big changes that I want to see in the game. All right, and next point they make here is reducing low quality time. Another thing the team is looking into is reducing low quality time players spend in additional modes like Blitz. So let's talk about Blitz. So we did get one feature added since this, and that is the ability to scroll through our save squads very easily in the Blitz mode, but I don't think that goes far enough because we still don't have more save squads. I mean, it is getting ridiculous. Every time they add characters, we're having to choose which characters go on save squads, which don't. And we have to choose which modes that we can use our save squads for, either use it for Blitz or War or Rage or something else. We don't have enough save squads just for the teams in the game, yet alone the different game modes. So this is a major pain point for me. I think for me, this is the biggest change that I want to see. I don't know if it's necessarily game breaking, but for me, this is probably the biggest issue in the game right now. I want more save squads. All these other things do need to be changed, but yes, the save squads for me is going to be the biggest issue, but that doesn't even get to these Blitz bots, which is another major issue that's going on in the game. So I don't know how widespread this is. This may not be a huge issue, or this may be something running very rampant. I know that there are players that are finishing in the top 100 that are using Blitz bots, and I know there's ads that are running on YouTube that are running even on these videos sometimes. I hear about them running on these ads sometimes, and when I look at other content creators, I see ads for Blitz bots. There's channels that are dedicated to these Blitz bots. I'm not going to highlight them, but what is being done about this? This has been something that's known for months. It has not been addressed by anything by the officially by Foxnext. So what is going on to combat this? How is this going to be addressed? We don't know yet, but we do know that we are getting a rollback on our challenges. So that is another major issue right there, in my opinion. And I think both of these need to be addressed. ISO 8. This was a feature that nobody really wanted to see come to the game, but it is coming at some point, but it did get rolled back. So that is one major thing here. Raid difficulty selector, not in the game yet. Not in the game yet. So we're still waiting on this one. Ultimate 7 raid difficulty. I think they were just talking about some that is difficult, more difficult in the first iteration, that first strike iteration right here. Contacts list, that's something that we did get in the game. Real-time PvP, a mode that should be coming, from what I hear, in the next update. And this is something that I'm very excited about, but yeah, still a few things that were not addressed. Another thing I want to address right now is the war matchmaking, and that has been bad. That, coupled with the alliance shelling, is something that needs to be changed. So to be fair about alliance shelling, Cerebral did issue this message on Reddit 8 days ago, so last week, where they're going to move ability materials from the top season rank rewards into the gold, platinum, and diamond league rewards. So that alone hopefully should combat shelling, increase the amount of war credits and elite credits awarded for losses based on community feedback. So that is good, and especially if you're getting bad matchups, which I'm going to talk about with war. Additionally, after the next major clan release, the first subsequent war season will have the following change: adjust the way the scores are calculated, reduce the weight on total collection power, which was easier for those big top alliances to get higher scores and place higher in the season ranking just based on their total collection power, and increase weight on wins through a score multiplier. So that is good to address alliance shelling, and hopefully it will solve that problem. But matchmaking is another issue. Let me just show you some of the recent matchups we got, just kind of as an example. I know a lot of other players are going through this. So just to illustrate bad matchmaking at its finest, guys, let me show you where we at our last couple wars, because this is bad matchmaking. This is how it could get. And I know you guys are going through this as well, because I do read your comments. I read the message you guys sent to me. So right now, find me. Where are we? We're number 27, 160 million or 161 million collection power. Friday, our matchup was Wakanda Black. They have 171 million collection power, 16 million difference. Yeah, that's not winnable unless they are taking a war off. Our matchup on Monday, Pants of Hulk, 223 collection power. That is a 62 million difference. I don't care how good you are, unless the other alliance is taking off or sandbagging with your defense teams. That is not a winnable war either. And currently our matchup, now this one's a little easier to understand because they are still in our bracket, in our division, in our rankings. Legion of War, 181 million collection power, so that is still a 20 million difference. So all three of these wars, not really winnable. As soon as we see the matchups, yeah, I guess we're gonna take this war off. So that's kind of what's going on. That is to kind of illustrate bad matchmaking, but yeah, what is the solution for this? I think one potential solution for some bad matches, because they're gonna happen. These guys at the top with these huge collection powers, they're gonna have to face somebody. We just got the bad draw 3 times in a row. Maybe make some kind of mechanic that if you get a bad matchup, you get a normal matchup or an easy matchup after that. I think that would solve some of, at least the issue that we were going through here. But I guess for a lot of the issues, it would need a bigger revamp to the system. So one idea I had, and I don't know how much work it would do to change this, but maybe making 1 time zone for everybody, because when you split all these alliances up into 4 time zones, you're gonna get some bad matchups. So to do that though, to make 1 time zone as a start time, you would need to not emphasize the room bonuses and the ability to be on right at the same time, right at the beginning of war, because as war stands right now, those first few hours are the most important. So that would require a total change. I'm not sure if that's something they're going to do or if that's something they could do long term, but the matchmaking does need to be fixed, and definitely alliance shelling. That is something that should have been handled months and months ago. Hopefully these changes that we saw on Reddit go into effect. And the last change, guys, the last thing that I want to see, and this isn't something that's affected me personally, but a lot of you guys have reached out to me about this as well, is the sound issues. I know a lot of people are still experiencing sound issues for whatever reason. I'm not sure if it's linked to one device or if it's just tied to many devices. I'm not sure what's causing it. But for me, most of the time I'm playing with my sound off, so I don't really see any sound issues. But I know a lot of you guys are experiencing that. So that is one thing, one bug that I hope they would focus some of their time on. So that's it, guys. Those are the 5 things that I want to see change in the game. Save squads, we want more of those, and potentially some more changes to Blitz to make it less grindy. The alliance shelling, especially, hopefully those changes that were highlighted on Reddit go into effect very soon. But the matchmaking needs a little revamp as well, just because, as you guys can see, you're going to get bad matches from time to time, but hopefully not time after time after time, just getting bad matchups, because it takes the fun out of that game mode. Blitz bots is another issue that I want at least addressed. Maybe they won't be able to solve it, but I would like to see some kind of address from Foxnix to say, hey, we are aware of this issue. We know this is something going on in the game. We are working to solve it. I'm sure just a little blurb like that would rest the ease, at least of myself, and I know a lot of you guys out there that are wondering what is being done about Blitz bots. Red Star system, the changes, they made some changes to making it easier to get more orbs, to open more orbs, so that you weren't punished as much for the duplicates. But I would like to see more selection in that process. So bringing back the one thing I want to change about this, the Red Star system, maybe not the one, but the biggest thing I want to push for, new characters added back to that store, at least up to the 4-star level. I think that is a big change that would go a long way. And then, you know, maybe making some of the other changes, like the conversion of elite credits back to the promotion credits, maybe scaling them back. I don't know. But the big thing is I want new characters available there, because even with these silver promotion credits, they got devalued once those new characters were taken out of there. And then the sound issues, like I mentioned. So those are the changes, guys. What are your top changes that you want to see come to Marvel Strike Force? It is still my favorite game, but I think with these changes, it can be even better. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys agree with some of the things that I want changed, and maybe there are some others that I forgot. Let me know in the comments, guys. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, smash on that like button, and join the notification squad, guys. Ring that bell so you get notified every time there is a new video. At least 4 Marvel Strike Force videos on this channel per week, and I will see you guys next time. Check out some of the links down below if you want. They do support the channel. There's some merch there. There's some affiliate links. There's some other games that I play and some codes that you guys could help the channel out if you use those. And check me out on social media. Hulk fist bump, baby. ValleyFlyin out.